this is G.H. Glade for Coaching ADD and the Stimulus-Driven Brain. Now, most of us have been on an airplane, and I don't know about you, but I can't help getting just a little nervous when we're about ready to take off. There's something for me unnatural about whistling a mile above the ground at 500 miles an hour in a big aluminum tube. But flying in airlines is very safe. We used to think that pilots who crash, well, they're bad pilots, something's wrong here. But actually, the reason why airline travel is so very, very safe, it's actually 3 times safer than driving, think about that next time you get into your car, is because they have designed the cockpit to be fault tolerant. If the pilot has the nose too high, a big old buzzer comes on and says, stall warning, your plane is about ready to drop out of the sky unless you lower the nose. It doesn't really say all that, but yes, it gives you a stall warning. And there are a variety of systems built into the cockpit of an airplane that serve to make it safer. Now, fault tolerance comes from the tech world, and we experience it whether we know it or not in our daily life. Say you go shut down your computer. You get a pop-up asking, do you really want to shut this down? Are you really sure? And you have to hit another button to shut the computer down. And this keeps the system working. Basically, fault tolerance is designing a system that if things go wrong, there's backup, there's a way out. Now, I incorporate fault tolerance into my life all the time, and I'm going to share with you some of the ways that I do that. And mistakes happen and whatnot. One of the things I like and I use in my own life is an extra key, but it's a very special extra key. I'm reminded of my cousin Billy Bob in his words. They come back to me. They may pick up a rock or a mat to look for your key, but they won't touch a turd. Well, I have the amazing turd-topped key holder. Yes, I have a plastic turd on top of a medicine bottle with a key, and it sits in my yard. And the longer it sits there, the more realistic it looks. And the turd-topped key holder is one example that I use in my life of fault tolerance, because who hasn't locked themselves out of their house? I know I have, and I have almost an embarrassingly large amount of times through the course of my life. So other ways of fault tolerance. In my car, I have some money hidden in case, say the ATMs go out and I can't fill up the tank in my car. Well, I've got some cash money. I do the same thing in my wallet, and when I travel internationally, I have a money belt in case I'm robbed. These are all sorts of methods of fault tolerance. Same going on a trip, and I talked about this recently with a client who forgot his medications. Well, I pack the same toiletry bag every time, and in that bag is a full week's worth of medication. Yes, I put my regular set in there when I go, but I have that backup just in case I forget. Now, another aspect of fault tolerance is what I call selective duplication. I go fishing a lot. In fact, I have another channel called Woody Goes Fishing. And every time I go on a fishing trip, I keep at least one spare rod and reel. How many times have I been out there where I've broken a rod or somehow the reel malfunctions and won't work anymore? I'm not sitting out there on the water having traveled to get there thinking, well, I guess this day is done, or I'll sit and watch other people fish. That's not a lot of fun. I have that selective duplication. When I read, I need to use reading glasses. And once in a while, I'll fail to stick them in my pocket as I come into the office. Well, what do I have at the office? Well, I have another pair of reading glasses. That's selective duplication. And there are an assortment of ways you can work to make your life fault tolerant. So I'm going to ask you a big question, and it's a sharing question because we grow on good ideas, and I know you have them. I want you to write in the comments, what is your best idea for making your life fault tolerant? And if you like this video, go ahead and hit subscribe. The button's right down there. Yep, go ahead, push it. Yeah, you can push it right now. Anyway, and also, as I always say, share this video. Useful information is best passed along. So once again, this is G.H. Glade for Coaching ADD and the Stimulus-Driven Brain. We'll see you next time.